At the beginning of the movie, we see a body of water where an ape is shown scooping water with its hands to drink. At that moment, we hear a woman's voiceover. The woman says, "Life was given to us on Earth billions of years ago." Then the scene shifts, and we return to the present time where people are deeply engrossed in their busy lives. Among them, we see a girl named Lucy Miller standing outside a hotel in Taiwan with her boyfriend, Richard. Lucy had met her boyfriend just about a week ago, so she didn't really know what he did for a living. At that moment, her boyfriend handed her a suitcase and said, "There's a man named Mr. Jang inside the hotel. You need to deliver this suitcase to him. He'll give you $1,000 for the job. And we'll split the money evenly between us." Lucy was surprised to hear her boyfriend's words. Why would someone pay $1,000 for such a simple task? She asked him, "You are involved in something shady." That's why Lucy refused to do the job. Instead, she tried to leave, but at that very moment, her boyfriend cuffed her hand to the suitcase. As a result of this incident, Lucy becomes extremely angry and urgently tells him to unlock the handcuffs. Lucy's boyfriend tells her that the handcuffs can only be unlocked inside, as the key is with a man named Mr. Jang, who is inside the hotel, the same person to whom she has to deliver the suitcase. Having no other option, Lucy enters the hotel. Inside, she approaches the man at the reception and says, "This suitcase has been sent for Mr. Jang by a man named Richard." The man at the reception calls Mr. Jang and tells Lucy to wait there. Within moments, several men dressed in black suits begin to arrive. Among them, one suddenly shoots and kills Richard. Witnessing this, Lucy becomes extremely shocked and terrified. Nevertheless, the men in black suits grab Lucy and take her to their boss. In the next scene, the boss of the men in black suits emerges from a nearby room after killing a few people and stands in front of Lucy. He then gives her a code and instructs her to open the suitcase. Before she opens it, everyone present steps back to a safe distance, standing with shields in one hand and guns in the other, maintaining a cautious distance from Lucy. Witnessing this strange behavior, Lucy becomes extremely frightened and, trembling and in tears, asks them, "Is there a bomb inside?" Mr. Jang then tells Lucy, "No, there's no bomb inside." Terrified but with no other choice, Lucy reluctantly opens the suitcase and finds 4 blue-colored packets inside. These packets contain a rare and powerful drug. Mr. Jang orders one of his men to be brought in to test the substance. The man is instructed to consume a small amount of the drug. As soon as he ingests just a tiny grain of it, he begins to act completely insane, laughing maniacally and uncontrollably. Seeing the man in such a state, Mr. Jang shoots him in the head to put an end to the madness. Witnessing this, Lucy becomes even more terrified and panicked. She repeatedly pleads, "Please let me go, I don't know anything." But Mr. Jang calmly asks her, "Will you work for us?" Lucy replies, "I'm just a student. And I don't want to be involved in anything like this." At that moment, one of Jang's men standing nearby punches Lucy, knocking her unconscious. After a while, Lucy finds herself in a hotel room. Her physical condition is not good. Her abdomen is cut open and bandaged. Seeing this, Lucy fears that some part of her body has been stolen. After some time, a man arrives and tells her, "We haven't stolen any part of your body. Instead, we have hidden a small packet inside your abdomen." Hearing this, Lucy asks the man, "What exactly is inside the packet?" In response, the man tells her, "It's called CPH4. It's a type of drug. You will have to deliver it to the location we instruct you to." A short while later, we see that, apart from Lucy, there are 3 other individuals present. Just like Lucy, CPH4 had also been surgically hidden inside their stomachs. Then their boss, Mr. Jang, addresses everyone and says, "If any of you try to be clever and attempt to escape, we will kill your family members." Then they cover everyone's face with a black cloth and take them to separate locations. When the cloth is finally removed from Lucy's face, she finds herself in a small room. 2 men are standing in front of her. One of them begins to behave inappropriately with Lucy. She tells him to back off, but he becomes angry and starts kicking her in the stomach. As a result, one of the CPH4 packets hidden inside her body bursts. The drug spreads through Lucy's body like electricity, causing her eyes to turn completely blue, and she begins to defy gravity, floating upward. Watching this, we realize just how terrifyingly powerful the drug is. Due to the effects of CPH4, Lucy's brain unlocks up to 20%, meaning she is now able to use 20% of her brain's capacity. On the other hand, we see a man named Professor Samuel Norman giving a lecture at a seminar on the human brain. He tells the audience Since the beginning of the Earth's creation, only one person in history has been able to use 13% of their brain. That person's name is Albert Einstein. Except for extraordinary individuals like Albert Einstein, the average human can only use about 4 to 10% of their brain. Even with just that 4%, humanity has made countless groundbreaking discoveries, such as traveling to the moon, landing on Mars, inventing the airplane, and many more. But if a human could use 20% of their brain, they would be able to control their own body, such as regulating their heartbeat, blood flow, and even manipulating internal processes at will. In fact, there is one creature on Earth that naturally uses 20% of its brain, the dolphin. Dolphins are believed to communicate with one another through telepathy, made possible by their advanced brain activity. Hearing this, one of the attendees at the seminar asks Professor Samuel, what would happen if someone could use 100% of their brain? To this, Professor Samuel replies, I don't have an answer to that. But if someone ever manages to do that, it would be nearly impossible to stop them. In the next scene, we see Lucy again. She is sitting calmly in a chair. Just then, a man enters and calls her, intending to take her away. However, Lucy now appears to have completely transformed. She allows the man to approach her, then suddenly grabs his belt and throws him far away. Immediately after, she effortlessly picks up his gun from the table. And from this scene, we realize that the Lucy we see now is no longer the same old Lucy. She has become completely confident in herself, a transformation that has occurred as a result of her brain functioning at 20% capacity. After that, Lucy walks out of the small room and she instantly shoots and kills the 5 people present there. Then she calmly sits down and finishes the food kept on the table, because the more active the human brain becomes, the more energy it requires. Afterwards, we see Lucy removing the bullet lodged in her body with her own hands. Because her intelligence has become highly active, she no longer feels any pain. Then she leaves the place and goes directly to a hospital, as it was necessary to remove the packet from her stomach. With 20% of her brain now active, Lucy has learned many languages of the world. She then enters an operating theater where doctors are performing surgery on a patient. After reviewing the patient's X-ray report, Lucy shoots and kills him. The doctors present are terrified, and Lucy tells them that the patient's brain tumor had grown too large to be saved. I saved you all from wasting time unnecessarily. Then Lucy herself lies down on the operating table and tells the doctors, there is a packet inside my stomach. Please remove it. The doctors perform the operation, remove the packet from Lucy's stomach, and inform her, half of the substance in the packet has already mixed with your body. At that moment, Lucy asks the doctors, how long will it take for me to recover? The doctor replies, first, I need to know what was in that packet. Then Lucy says, actually, it is CPH4. The doctor responds, I knew that there have been attempts to artificially create CPH4. But I didn't know anyone had successfully made it. Then Lucy asks, what exactly is this CPH4? The doctor replies, when a woman is pregnant, a very small amount of CPH4 is produced in her body. It helps in the development of the baby's brain and bones, and also supports the formation of the baby's body. But your body has absorbed half of the CPH4 packet. So I can't even imagine what might happen to you in the future. The doctor further says, I don't understand how you are still alive after absorbing such a large amount of CPH4. Now, we see that Lucy's brain has started working even more actively than before. Then Lucy calls her mother and says, Mom, I remember how I was born. I also remember that when I was in your womb, I kicked you. Now I can feel all these things. I can even feel the force of gravity and the warmth coming from my body. And I can even feel the Earth's rotation and the blood flowing through my arteries. Mom, what is happening to me? Hearing this, Lucy's mother becomes very shocked because she herself cannot understand what is happening to her daughter Lucy. And now, Lucy is only using 30% of her brain. After leaving the hospital, Lucy was able to see the neurocells of the trees around her. She could observe how the trees were absorbing water and minerals from the soil. Lucy was able to see all this because her eyes were now functioning like a microscope. From there, Lucy reached the hotel where the story had begun. Upon arriving, she killed all of Mr. Jung's men and went straight to their boss, Mr. Jung himself. Upon reaching there, Lucy stabbed knives into Mr. Jung with both her hands. Then she asked him, where did you send the remaining CPH4 packets? But Mr. Jung was in severe pain and could not say anything. So Lucy used her own power to touch Mr. Jung's forehead, and she was able to see all of his memories. From those memories, Lucy learned that one packet was sent to Berlin, another to Paris, and the third to Rome. After obtaining this information, Lucy said, "Thank you." Following this incident, Mr. Jung became very shocked and enraged. Leaving from there, Lucy arrives at her friend's house. By touching her friend, Lucy immediately knows what illnesses her friend is suffering from. She even prescribes medicine to help her friend recover. Then, Lucy starts reading all of Professor Samuel's research notes on her friend's computer. After going through the notes, Lucy calls Professor Samuel and says, "I want to meet you. I have read all your research notes." At that moment, the professor thinks someone is joking with him, so he starts laughing. Because even he himself does not know how many thousands of pages of notes he has written. Hearing this, Lucy tells the professor, "You've written a total of 6,000 pages." The professor is astonished upon hearing this. Just then, he suddenly sees Lucy appear on the screen of his turned-off TV. Lucy is able to do this using her powers. Lucy then informs the professor that she can now control all electromagnetic devices. The professor is completely shocked and cannot believe how such a thing is even possible. At that moment, Lucy controls the professor's mobile phone and watch to demonstrate her abilities. She then tells him that a synthetic drug called CPH4 was implanted inside her body, and as a result, her brain is now functioning at 30% of its capacity. Lucy then tells the professor, "I don't understand what's happening to me. I can't feel any pain, and I have no desires. The information inside my brain, like quantum physics or cell nuclei, is expanding uncontrollably. I don't know what to do with all this knowledge." After hearing this, the professor replies, "You should share this knowledge with others, because doing so could help humanity create a more advanced future." Then Lucy tells the professor, "I will meet you again in 12 hours. After saying this, she disconnects the call. Next, while preparing to travel to another country, Lucy contacts the airport police and informs them about the 3 individuals who had left with the drug packets for different countries. The officer who receives the call is named Mary Del Rio. Initially, she does not believe Lucy. So Lucy sends her the photos of those 3 individuals via computer, which forces the officer to believe her. Following that, the entire police team works together and manages to apprehend those 3 individuals one by one. After providing all the necessary information to the police, Lucy prepares to board the plane to leave for another country. And here we witness something intriguing. While walking, Lucy changes the color of her hair at will. After boarding the plane and sipping champagne, she starts to feel as if her body is dissolving into thin air. So, she rushes to the bathroom, where her body continues to dematerialize like vapor. Desperate, she takes out the CPH4 packet from her bag and consumes a small portion. Immediately after that, her brain activity increases to 40%, and she collapses, unconscious. When Lucy regains consciousness, she finds herself in a hospital. At that point, her brain is functioning at 50% capacity. In that hospital, Officer Del Rio is waiting for her, as the authorities believe Lucy might be a criminal. As Lucy attempts to leave the hospital, all the police officers present aim their guns at her. But without even touching them, Lucy renders everyone unconscious, except for the one officer she had spoken to over the phone. Witnessing all of this, Officer Del Rio is left completely stunned. Lucy then tells Officer Del Rio to take her to the place where the remaining CPH4 packets are being kept. We then learn that the other police officers had taken the 3 drug mules to the hospital to surgically remove the packets from their stomachs. At that very moment, members of Mr. Zhang's gang arrive at the hospital, intending to retrieve the packets and smuggle them abroad again, because CPH4 is an extremely rare and highly valuable drug. After that, Lucy learns everything about the situation by intercepting phone call signals from Mr. Zhang's men through the air. It is truly an astonishing scene. Then Lucy drives the police car to the hospital at a very high speed. While driving, the police officer asks her, "Do you always drive like this?" To which Lucy replies, "No, this is my first time driving." When Lucy arrives at the hospital, we witness her true power, as now 60% of her brain is activated. Without even touching Mr. Zhang's men who have come to the hospital, Lucy blows them away into the air. Their gunshots have no effect on her, because she is able to control the minds of the people in front of her. After defeating everyone there, Lucy takes the 3 packets and goes directly to Professor Samuel. The professor and his team members were waiting for her there. The team included influential figures from various fields. However, one doctor present did not believe Lucy's words and challenged her, saying, "If you know everything, then prove it to me." At that moment, Lucy placed her hand on the doctor's shoulder and revealed everything about his daughter's accident, information that no one else except the doctor knew. Hearing this, everyone present was left stunned and amazed. After that, Lucy presented many theories of mathematics and science in front of everyone present. She told them, all the mathematical equations you have learned so far are wrong. To truly understand this universe, it is only possible through time. We have always been taught that 1 + 1 = 2, but that is incorrect. In reality, numbers do not exist. They are all creations within our own minds. Then the professor asked Lucy, if mathematics has no fundamental unit, and this universe does not operate based on mathematics, then what governs the universe? In response, Lucy tried to explain with an example, saying, imagine a car moving along a road, and we keep increasing its speed. There will come a time when due to that infinite speed, the car will cease to exist. Therefore, in this world, time is everything. Then Lucy transforms herself into different mutations right there, as she has now gained control over her cells. Everyone present is amazed by everything that has happened so far. Lucy then tells them, I want to acquire even more knowledge, so I need to absorb the CPH4 from those 3 packets. At that moment, Mr. Jang on the other side discovers where the CPH4 drug is stored. So, he leads his team to launch an attack on the research center where Lucy is staying. After witnessing all this, the police officer enters the room and says, we have been attacked and we don't have much time, so please finish what you are trying to do quickly. At that moment, Lucy tells them, the time has come, I must go. Then we see Lucy start absorbing the CPH4 from the 3 packets into her body. Lucy informs the professor that she will save all the knowledge and information she has acquired onto a pen drive and give it to him, so he can pass it on to future generations about what humanity must do. As the CPH4 enters her body, her brain capacity gradually increases from 70% onward. Then, a black liquid begins to flow from her body, searching for metal and energy. As a result, she is able to concentrate all the elements in one place. Her brain power reaches 80%. Eventually, a time comes when she can use 100% of her brain. In this state, she even gains the power to time travel. So, she travels thousands of years back and meets an indigenous tribe. Going even further back in time, she sees dinosaurs. Then she returns to a time when she meets the very first human on Earth, who was actually an ape. But her journey does not end there. To discover the origin of life on Earth, she travels even further back in time. There, she learns that from a distance of about 1 cosmic unit, something came from outer space and initiated life on Earth. And now Lucy had become so powerful that she could see the past, present, and future all at once. While all these events were happening, Mr. Jang was outside, killing everyone and slowly approaching Lucy with a gun aimed at her, trying to shoot. But at that very moment, Lucy vanished. She had now gained a power that allowed her to become invisible. At that time, the police officer arrived and shot Mr. Jang dead. After all this was over, Lucy created a pen drive as she had promised and gave it to Professor Samuel. The pen drive contained all the information and knowledge that Lucy had gathered. As soon as the professor took the drive, Lucy's existence completely vanished from there. At that moment, the police officer was completely baffled and had no idea what was happening. Then the officer asks, where did Lucy go? At that moment, a message arrives on the police officer's phone. The message was sent by Lucy, and it reads, I am everywhere. Then we hear the voice again saying, we received life hundreds of billions of years ago, but what have we done? And with this, the movie comes to an end. Thank you for watching, Staying with GRS Story.